Hello everyone, this is Snowcone. Welcome back to another video. This time we're doing something different. Today we are reacting to Luke the Notable's Minecraft Creative 100 Days. Now, I saw part of this. This isn't like a first time reaction. I saw like part of it. I saw that, and from what I know is that he's going to try to do more redstone stuff and building stuff. And I thought, you know what, I'm good with building. I might as well react to see what he does with the building. I want to see if I can give any of my own tips. So, yeah, let's try this.
What's going on, Minecraft fans? My name's Luke the Notable,
Hi.
and in this video, I'll be playing 100 Days in Minecraft Creative Mode. Minecraft Creative Mode is essentially God mode. You have access
This
to...
is basically like
Now let's get started. Alright, now I'm loading up a random Minecraft world. Let's see where I'm building my land. Hey, not a bad spot, right next to some badlands, the ocean. This is gonna be a good one. Here's the seed if anyone's interested. This is some prime property. At any point, you could also download the finished product if you check the link in the description. This world was played on the new snapshot, so it might be a little tough to download, but I'll try to keep it updated. Anyway, I put up a sizable 18 by 18 block safe zone for building. I'm not limiting myself in these 100 days by any means, but you've got to start somewhere. There's a lot of blocks I've never used in my entire Minecraft career, concrete being one of them, so I started with that. The point of these 100 days...
For example, in my castle, I had a 20 by 23 by 23, but originally I wanted to do 20 by 20, but I needed a 3-block doorway, so I changed it to 23 by 23. If you don't want to, if you don't have a plan, I'd say don't do something uneven, 20 or 10s, 25, stuff like that. It just always feels like it does better. 18 is a little uneven. I don't know why. But he's like using nice over there. You can see that.
Is to increase my building knowledge and skill. Everyone seems to just make fun of me when they watch my series, and I want to change that. So while sure on day one my structure isn't much, hopefully by the end of these 100 days I'll build something that I'm proud of. Hey, look at that! I already have a visitor day too. How do you?
I think I'm already gonna throw up. What's wrong with these torches? There's two right next to each other, right there. Two right next to each other. It's a big dark spot over here. Just over here is fine. There's just one on the ground. I don't recommend putting stuff on, like, torches on the ground. What I do recommend is, like, putting carpet and then putting things like sea lanterns or glowstone underneath that, which can work really well.
You like the land? He decided not to subscribe, and that made me sad. Will you subscribe?
No.
I put up some framing today, and I think I'm gonna go with brick. I just never really get a chance to use the material. Of course, all of this is subject to change, but I threw some birch.
Why nether brick? Why? It's not that pretty. Doesn't look that good. If I were him, I feel like just normal brick would have just been fine.
On the framing too. There's a nearby birch forest, and I like doing stuff like that.
Also, I should probably just say this now. I recommend always using creative mode whenever you don't know how to build or you want to learn how to build. So this is a good place to learn the basics, learn what blocks look like and what you want to do, mix together whatever you want to learn building.
Another big goal for myself in this video is to get myself better at redstone.
Sorry for pausing so much, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about the redstone that much. I don't know much about redstone at all. I made the chicken farm, but that was completely off of a tutorial I found on YouTube, so I'm not going to talk much about this redstone at all. But I do know, I do know, like, how to make a basic piston door or something. It's like, guess I know how to make.
Wiring. I started with a piston door. It should be pretty simple, but it's going to get way more complex. So all I did day 3 was wire up a piston door. I wanted a button on the outside for safety and pressure plates on the inside. This taught me a lot about piston doors, getting it perfect. And after a full day, it works. Don't judge me. All right, now we're framing day 4. It's easily one of my worst skills. My builds just always come out so boxy, and I wanted to try to change that here, but not much happened day 4.
If you ever want to build anything good, you need to learn how to do framing. For mine, I actually built windows and stuff. Just some simple windows, possibly even window sills, can really help you. You can also do mix. For example, I could have cobblestone, like on my house. I have cobblestone on the bottom layer, and then wood above that, and then on the very top I have brick. So you can do the stuff like that. It just helps a ton. Big glass parts where instead of just normal glass windows, you could have like full glass everywhere. I've done that with next to my bed. My Minecraft world, actually, if this is just you for seeing this for the first time, I'd recommend you go check out my Minecraft series. I build a lot, so yeah.
4. Still pretty boxy by day 5, but it's
Well, the
getting a
roses
little
are
better. At
pretty,
least
I
there's some
don't
depth.
feel.
Windows should
I mean, just
definitely
use
help break up
poppies.
all the brick, and I installed several today, getting it all to look.
Oh, I was going to mention on the windows how they're not like on that, but it's fine. Now he changed it. But I wouldn't put it on the brick. I'd put it inwards so the windows don't stick out. Windows usually would go inwards, not outwards. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Nice with the white trim was a little difficult, but I think in the end it'll look really, really good. I also have this
that way.
absolutely
You don't
insane
get rid of
dream of
trim.
having
It's
lights,
way
you
too
know,
much.
with like switches that you can turn
I
on
did
and
this one
off.
time in
Sure,
one of
it's
my
totally
worlds.
frivolous. You
It's
could
kinda
just use a
sucks.
torch, but this is
didn't
creative and
work
it'll
well,
test
but
my
yeah, it was
redstone
kinda
wiring.
fun.
Because the structure is pretty basic, it didn't take very long to set it up, and look at that, I can make it dark. I also want a fireplace on the first floor,
Yeah,
but
that
this
I
won't
could
be an ordinary
probably do.
fireplace. Oh no, this is creative. No, this is gonna be a redstone fireplace with on-off buttons. The redstone was
Ooh.
honestly the easy part with this build. The hard part's gonna be getting it to look nice. For now, this is what I'm going with.
Quartz, I can kind of see how quartz. I usually use stone bricks, stone, cobblestone, bricks, stone bricks, stuff like that. But quartz does look good. I've never really tried that before. Something I always recommend is using iron bars to make it look like it's like, you know, you have like those little casings in front of the fire. Make sure kids don't walk in there like cats. Yeah, that's good to do.
Not too bad, and I'm
would make
sure
it
it'll
look more
change. The wall
realistic.
that the fireplace sits in is also pretty flat, so the chimney will provide some depth. The whole process got me looking
Yeah,
at the outside of the
it's
house, and hey,
always
that
nice to add
frame's
some
starting to
depth.
look kind of good. So I put some more
That's
love
what's
into the
nice,
outside
yeah.
of the house. It's one of the things I'm really trying to get right with.
Lanterns are so underrated. Lanterns can really spruce up the outside. I don't recommend them from the inside unless someplace like a tavern or a tall tower where it hangs down. They're always good. Mix with chains. You can make chains. You can make some really, really nice looking things. Chains are also underrated. You can make it like a prison cell. Look really nice with chains. And some cracked stone bricks, mossy stone bricks. Sorry for pausing so much. I'm going to just continue.
With these 100 days. I also found a good spot to start the entrance to a basement, because every good house needs a basement. I think in the basement I'm going to play around with some of these new blocks, like the deep slate tile stairs, or maybe quartz.
It's always hard to do curved stairs. That's why I prefer using slabs. So you have a stair, you walk down to a slab, and then there's more stairs to the side. Makes it really easy.
Who knows? I'm erratic. Like I said, for now it's just an entrance. I'll have
nicer.
time to clean it up. Did some more inside touches day 9, installing some crown molding that looks
kinda
pretty
covered up
snazzy. I also switched up the base trim to quartz.
Snazzy.
It's more of
No,
a
don't
bright
say
white instead of the
snazzy.
pale white. I liked how it turned out, a little more
Oh, yeah, it
cozy,
looks
but it
much
definitely
better.
needs some color. I put in a
Can't
rug,
use
which I
just
really
concrete,
like. Now
'cause
the
it's
light's
not-
off center, so
doesn't
I
have
gotta
much
fix that
texture,
too.
it's
One of
just
my
a single
favorite things
color.
was outside my 6
That's
wide
usually
window.
for-
I
I
put
use,
one
like,
of every
use it
tree
for stuff like
sapling. See, that's
pixel art
homey
or
view of the
modern.
ocean and the saplings. But I'm back to
I don't do
wiring
pixel
day
art that
10.
much,
Today I
whenever I
wanted to
do, I
install
do
a
use
pressure
it
plate to
that
enter
way.
the home, but I wanted it to be able to be toggled on and off. One thing I did today that really helped my redstone was anytime I placed redstone, I tried
I've
to
never
put it on
really
yellow
understood
concrete
this.
or warped wood slabs. During construction
really
today, I
understood
accidentally
that.
broke a lot of blocks that had redstone on them, and hopefully with the yellow concrete, I won't do that as much. I can't do redstone for more than a day, though. I'll lose my mind, so it's back
Those
to the
trapdoors don't look
outside.
the
It's
best,
looking
in my
lovely, but I
opinion.
definitely want to finalize the design on the first
If we're
floor
gonna do
before
something like
moving
that,
up, and I think I'm getting there. And one of the
There's
things I
other
really gotta
options.
fix are these lights. Don't want to do this when I've got a floor above me. I tried to be as efficient as possible with
Yeah.
the wiring, and I think I kinda was. But before I can build the floor above me, I need to put some stairs in, and I struggled with the design. And I think this open design is gonna work best. You can make fun of me for using purpur, but
No, purpur, no, no, no. Purpur is ugly. I hate it. Unless you're going for an actual just solid end build, purpur sucks. I used it one time for a sofa. It doesn't look comfy. It doesn't look nice. It looks stupid. No purpur, no purpur. Dark oak. Dark oak is pretty in my opinion. I like dark oak.
like it. All right, now
Eh,
moving up a level,
no, I
I'm
hate
feeling
it.
pretty confident about my
Hate it.
architectural design. The only thing
I
that I'm
hate
certain
your
of going up here is a
architectural design.
bedroom. I'm
Use
not sure on what I'm
purpur.
going to do with the other space, but I've got good ideas, and some of you may cringe at me using granite, andesite, and diorite.
I'm sorry. No. No. Solid floors, unless you're going for a mix between the two. That's so bad. Diorite is not good. Granite's not good. Andesite's kinda good if you want to go with something like a castle. Also, I'm started building a castle. Sorry for the most recent video having no audio. It broke. My recording software broke, so... but no.
For the floor design
it's,
up
like,
here,
just
but I like
fine
it.
by
Yeah,
itself.
big day today. Even got a basic bedroom in. Soon I'll be
That's
able to
nice.
sleep instead of just advancing time with cheats. The only thing I really care about in this bedroom is
quartz
having
and
windows that
dark
allow me to
oak
see the rising and
mixes so
setting
well
sun.
together.
Other than that, I just want it to be nice and cozy, and I think I'm on my way to that
Yeah,
here. Though I
looks
messed up the
nice.
walls. Yeah, that just doesn't look right. Wow,
Oh,
what a
no.
beautiful home. Wouldn't you just love to live there one day? I'm still working on
No.
decorating the bedroom, and this map was essential.
I like
I also love how
painting. It's
dim
always
it is in
nice.
here. The
Always
floor
add
is
a
slab,
flare.
so nothing can spawn, and I kind of like it that way. Keep it dark in the bedroom. It appears I have space for 2 other rooms on this second floor. Better choose what I put up here wisely. An enchanting room will be one of them. It's necessary for pretty much every
Yeah,
Minecraft
enchanting
house,
rooms
even though
are-
I'm on creative. Oof! Now
Doesn't-
the door's off center. That's kind of ugly. You know, at least I'm in
Just-
creative, so it didn't
just
take
it.
too long to fix.
Doesn't
I'm
take
still
that
not sure what's
hard.
going in this other room,
It's
but
not
at
that
least
hard
I got
to
the hallway
move it.
design done today. I got
I
a
like the
crazy
green, though.
idea. It wouldn't be a creative video
I've
if I
never
didn't
really
build with some
used chiseled quartz, and he's using that for the roof. Chiseled quartz, if used correctly, can look excellent. I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way because it's just been sitting there. But yeah, chiseled quartz, I don't use it that much, but it's pretty underrated block.
diamond blocks somewhere, so today I'm making a
Nah,
treasure room.
diamond
Nothing too
rocks,
crazy, but it's got
blocks
enough space for
suck.
things like
Emeralds
dragon
suck
eggs,
even
monster
more.
heads, that sort of thing. I also took some time to put some paintings up in this hallway, class the place up a
Yeah.
little. Oh, and you gotta
Paintings
have labels, even though I
work.
built this house from scratch and know where everything is. Later, I was wondering if
suck,
zombies
unless you're
can
using
spawn
a-
on top
like
of
a-
chests, so I googled it, and they can. I need to fix this. Well, looks like the blueprints
Just
are off,
put
and now I have to
lighting
fix
in
the
there,
framing.
it
Shouldn't
doesn't
take too
matter.
long. Yeah, about a day was
lanterns.
wasted making
The
it look all
acacia
nice, but
slabs,
I
yeah,
did
they're
say
just
that
the
framing
purple
was
ones,
very
but better.
important for me
That's
in
what
this
I was
video. Hey, and
thinking
now I
of.
honestly think it looks even better than before. Day 19, I poked through the wall in my bedroom. I want to make a balcony. For now, it's just a rough shape, but I'll make it look pretty. Nah,
Balconies
most of
are
today
kinda
was going to be
hard,
spent on
actually.
roofing, and I hate roofing, even when I can fly. I'm also fairly bad at roofing,
I
so as
love
long as this doesn't
roofing.
look
It can
absolutely
really-
atrocious, I'll be...
If you have a bad build, but if you make a good roof, you can just you can drag the attention to the roof. My roof on my house in my Minecraft world is absolutely wonderful, I feel, and it took a while to build, but it's really nice. If you know how to make basic shapes, for example, there's slab roofs, stair roofs, stair slab roofs, slab block roofs, stair block roofs, all different kinds, all can have different mixed. It's always good. Sorry for talking so much.
be happy. You know, that's not terrible, especially when you consider that I have
That's
more
a
plans
that's
for
a
that
slab
roof.
stair
You'll have to
roof.
just keep watching to find out. First
think.
thing I did day 20 was put a little smoke feature on the top of the chimney. I think
Yeah.
it looks kind of nice. Then I did some general landscaping. I haven't really touched the grounds yet in this video, but it's time. Ironically, on the
Landscaping, I
same
feel
day, I
like-
wanted to...
A lot of people, whenever they see landscaping, their first thoughts is this is gonna be boring. It's not gonna do much. You can a good landscape can be nice. For example, a nice beach. If the beach isn't that nice, sand everywhere, wrong, you could definitely smooth it out. Put some sandstone here and there to add some different texture. Possibly even add sometimes you can add different things, like maybe a little sandcastle. Never done that before. I just came up with that idea. Might be fun.
build a wall around my land. Some pillagers showed up. I'm gonna go with red
stupid.
sandstone this time, only because I'm so close to those badlands. The wall does
Red
have some weird
sandstone-
spots, but I
Oh,
promise I'll fix them later.
No. Just do the landscaping. It doesn't take that long. It makes it look much better. And if it doesn't work, just don't do the wall. Don't do the wall. People add walls because they think, oh, it's gonna help. No, you're just gonna. It's spiders. Spiders can just climb right over it. Doesn't matter. Skeletons can shoot right over it. Creepers will just blow up you and break your walls. Walls never been useful to me. I don't care for walls. And don't ever do diagonal walls. That looks so bad. Look at that. Look at that. What the? Just do the landscaping. Doesn't take that long. Makes it look much better everywhere.
Later. One thing I also need is some lights on my land, and because I'm insane, I want to be able to turn
Lanterns.
them on and off. Day 21, I started
like
on the
little
absolutely
lanterns.
massive task
Makes
of
it look like
wiring up
street
my
lamps.
outside lights.
Those are
You know, I probably
cool.
need a permit for this, but I ain't telling the government nothing. I found a nice place for the switch on the first floor. It's right next to a window, so you can see the lights come on and off. But then getting it to look good with the trim was another problem, but I am making this video to get better with redstone, so might as well embrace it. I probably could have wired this all a little cleaner, but it's underground. It probably won't come back to bite me. It does. I'm still just wiring day 22,
Yeah.
there's a lot of it. I wish I could tell you how much redstone I use, but now I think we're
you're
good.
kind
Time
of
to cover it
biting
all up
most
and wait
redstone,
till
it's
night.
not
I forgot.
really
I don't have to wait till
compact.
night. I can make it night. Ha ha! Even I thought I was crazy for
thought
setting
it's
this all
kinda
up,
cheating
but
'cause
when
it's
I
100
flipped that
days.
switch, it was all worth it. So cool. And with that all done, now it's time to break ground on the basement. Really
this
had to
is
carve
what's
for this
gonna ruin
basement.
it.
My plans are big, like your mom. Day 24, I'm working on the color scheme for the basement.
Whoa.
It'll be mostly
Well,
gray,
rude
maybe some
looks are
shades of
notable.
black if I'm
My
feeling
mom is
frisky. Oh, and you
very
gotta know I'm
wonderful.
putting in some basement lights that can be flicked on and off. Well, it's already starting to get complicated. The basement light circuit is very close to the outside light circuit. I want to tell you right now, this is
See?
the first of many times that I had to move around redstone. It was very annoying, but I guess in the end made me a little better with it. Yeah, it gets pretty dark down here, which is what I wanted, but those sea lanterns on the
Lanterns
stairs
can
are
help
causing some
so
problems.
much.
Whatever, I'll figure it out some other day. I really like this design though. Doesn't it look
Gilded
nice?
blackstone
Yep, we're
can
going with that
actually
design
look
for the whole
really good. It
basement.
makes it
And
kind of
today
look
I'm
like
actually going to
molten
put some
rock. I
stuff
don't
in here.
know,
First
it's
thing I want to
my
build is an
opinion.
exit, and I want to get some more practice with piston doors. The wiring went well. I've already learned a lot. I pretty much couldn't do vertical redstone before this. Only took a day, and I had myself a piston door, though it was underground, so I didn't have to be as clean. Now I'm just making it all look pretty, installing lights, that sort of
Just make
thing.
it
This
clean.
piston door now serves as a second entrance and
Yay.
exit to my home, which you always need multiple of. The tunnel leads to a nice cave by the ocean. With a little love, it could be really, really pretty. So
30
that's what I did
minutes,
today.
wow.
Prettied up a cave. It was kind
Longer
of fun.
video
The tunnel's
today.
finalized, but I have to install some lights. Lanterns are for the poor. A little bit of diverting was necessary
like
to get
the
around the
new,
piston door, but other than
like,
that, it was mostly just
Blackstone,
a
I think
straight
it's
line.
called.
I also put lights in the cave entrance, which wasn't too bad, just a little bit of wiring. Then I added some grass and flowers, you know, made it look kind of natural. And then I had to
Lush
fix the
caves.
outside lights again, because I'm stepping all over my previous redstone. This is a common theme, get used to it. For now, everything's back to normal until I have to build something else and ultimately
fine.
ruin what I just
Clean
did.
it up
Oh, these are some
sometime.
hardcore basement vibes down here. Spiders, creepers, yeah. Before I build my next creation in the basement, though, I went out into the Badlands. I want to test some things. I want an item sorter. I've never built one before. It'd be really cool to have
I don't
one.
really
and today
care for
I tried
item
to
sorters.
make
I
one
just
with
wanna
my
put
own
things in
intelligence.
chests and
No,
find them.
I was not able to, but I tried, and I guess that's what matters. If you look at my design, I got
tried to
fairly
organize,
close, but I'm just
never
gonna look this
works.
up on Google. All right, now I'm building an item sorter day 30. I looked up the
What's the
plans on the
point?
internet, and I have
It's
no
a
shame. Everything was
Minecraft
going fine
creative
until I popped
room.
through the bottom of a small pond, and water got all in my redstone. I'm building
It's
an
like one
incredibly
piece of
small
redstone
item
broken.
sorter, and this thing is insanely
Right.
resource
I
intensive.
can't
Can't
remember.
imagine
I'm
building a
sorry.
big one in survival. Like I said, it's a
you hear
pretty
my
small
hand.
item sorter, so it only took me till day 31 to finish it. But it works, and this was big for me. I'm pretty confident
I'm
I
not
could do it
tired
again.
today.
So the rest of the day I
Hiking.
spent making it
It's
look
fun,
nicer.
but-
It's a pretty ugly piece of technology, even
What's that glass? If that's like new tinted glass, that like building is just gonna change so much. That's gonna be so good.
for a basement. And after a day of trimming, it lives in my storage room pretty nice. I like the tinted glass so you can see some of the innards. This is a little
glass.
awkward, but after building the item sorter, I needed some fun in my life, so I constructed the Torres Creeper Rehabilitation Center. I just forgot to hit record. It happens sometimes. Really sorry about that one, Torres. I had to finalize some
Yeah,
of the features
Torres.
today, so at least there's some footage of me building that. It's pretty awesome. You can make the creepers swim, poke them, even impale them. Lots of functions. Day 33, I labeled up my storage. It's not like I need storage. I'm in creative, but, you know, I want to make the
Yeah,
house
you
livable.
don't
Yeah, you might
need
have to double up on
storage.
some chests when you're using this storage room, but it's got everything you would pretty much need in a Minecraft game. And finally, I put some copper around the item sorter.
Just use copper. Just use solid copper. Or just use the fully changed one. No, 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 no. Oh my god, that's so bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. Use solid copper. Or mix it up. Just don't use one type of copper. Add different so it looks like it's halfway through changing. So bad. Why?
Chest. I thought it made it look mechanical. This next
can't
build
look
is
at it.
something I developed in my Notable Craft server, and it's pretty nice. So underneath my basement, I built a small auto sheep farm that'll make wool forever. Then, using water, I transport the wool up to the basement. And in this hole, a shepherd will live. It's essentially 3
smart.
easy emeralds at any time. You don't even have to leave the basement. Wool comes up, it goes in this chest, and then you sell it. Hey, guys, yo, what's up? I put you in there to cure the shepherd. I didn't mean anything like this. Is that even legal? Of course, I have to make the enclosure around the shepherd look nice, and I'm getting there while curing him. Day 36, I felt like making a
That's
larger
good.
map. I just love maps.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Always
wrong
make sure
with
you're
me.
doing
It's also
something
just
in
kind
the
of fun to
world.
fly around with an elytra and unlimited rockets. Not sure how though, but Minecraft just broke. Maybe it's all these unlimited rockets. Yeah, shortly after this, the game crashed. Lost all my map progress. So instead of making a map, I decided to wire up my
Sad.
basement staircase. Should be fun. It was a little complicated, but at least there's nothing else back here, so I didn't really have to worry about tripping over my own wire. This is one of those projects I probably wouldn't have been able to do on day one of this video. I've learned a
I don't
lot
really
so
understand
far.
what's
Creative has
Redstone.
really helped my Redstone game. Took about a day, but now it's wired up and it's even darker down here. Yes. I also added a service entrance to my Redstone so I don't have to break walls and ceilings every time I have to move something, which is quite frequently. Alright, the front door's been staring at me
Yay,
for
back
a
to the
while.
top.
I like it, but maybe I want it a little bigger. Also, a lot of this redstone was done at the start of this video, and like I said, I've come a long way. I'm sure I can make it more efficient. Pretty much everything needed to be replaced, and then it started bumping into my basement light circuit, so it was kind of a mess. So now the door works great, but the inside lights are broken. Hooray! I'm just glad I used concrete for all this redstone. It would have been a nightmare to do without it. Definitely something I'm going to use in some future builds. At least now everything pretty much works. I just have to finalize the trim. But honestly, I think I'm getting too much red here. I liked the red door idea, but might have to change it. I think the iron door with red trim looks a little nicer, and no, I don't think it's too much red. Day 40, Twitter named my shepherd. This is why you need to follow me on there. Check the link in the description. Other than that, I decided to make a disposal system, but I
That's
wanted it to be
silly.
a triple
funny.
disposal system. It was sort of a nightmare to wire up, but I did it, and it's in orange, so I know not to break any of these blocks. I might get lava everywhere. It sounds pretty atrocious, but hey, that means it's working. Day 41, I'm gonna wire up the upstairs
use
lights.
the
I've been meaning to do this for a while. For now, they've just been on redstone blocks. Fortunately, there's a lot of open space up here, which gave me plenty of room to wire. There also ain't very many lights up here anyway, so it really didn't take that long. Oh yeah, this is some nice darkness here. Very spooky. So now that I have the lights fixed, I want to work on the bedroom, put in some
Yay,
amenities, make it a
bedrooms.
little livable. One of the things I wanted
This
was
is
a
like the
switch
parts
to
I
turn off the
like.
lights
I
from the
want-
bedroom,
'cause
and I
this is more
made that
building
here. Didn't
parts.
take too long to wire up, because I'm decent now. I also made a small bubble elevator that can get you to the roof if you ever wanted to take off with an elytra or jump to your death. And I'm still working on that balcony.
Oh, you
Not
just
sure
couldn't
where
wait
I'm
for
gonna
that.
put it in the end. I
Explain
don't
it
want it
now.
to be too big. Something like this is honestly perfect. I was really trying to get an outside light switch up on the balcony, but it was kind of tough. It's a very tight space up here. I got it working, but I'd have to either move a wall or move the balcony, and wasn't really in the mood to do either, so I gave up. Yeah, I think I prefer it just looking nice and clean. I mean, look at that view. Ooh, it gets a little dark at night. I was trying to find a clever way to fix it, but I think I'm just gonna use lanterns. I use end rods, and
Yeah,
now that balcony
lanterns.
adds some serious
End
depth
rods-
to the house.
yeah, end
After getting
rods
such a
also
good
work,
view of the ocean
but
from the balcony,
they're
I
not that
figured it was
pretty.
time to
They
connect
can also be
myself to it.
hidden,
I just
but
built a
they
little brick
look pretty
passage
pretty, I
down to
guess.
sea level, nothing too crazy. Yeah, cute little dock made of birch and brick like
Oh,
the
that
rest of
looks
the
so
house.
nice.
Good for
So
fishing, boating, all that
nice,
stuff. Oh, and of
rustic.
course I'm gonna hook up some lights from the outside light circuit. You knew I was
Got a
gonna do
lot of
that. Pretty much
lights.
got the basic structure done in a day, and I'm
I don't
happy
really
with
know
it.
much about
It looks kind of
Redstone,
nice.
but
Day
building
46,
I
I started
understand.
installing a conduit underneath my dock. It's one of those things you have to have. Then I cleaned up the beach. I don't
mean,
like
you
having
can't
dirt,
die
grass,
if
and
you
sand
drown
all over the
already,
place.
so
I just
what's
wanted
the point?
sand. Straight sand. Only sand! Yes. Much better. So pure. Nearby my land, there's
I
a sunken
guess,
ship,
for
and I think
sure.
I want to do something with it. This is creative. First step
Yay.
was plugging up all the
That's-
holes in the ship to make it livable. Yeah, it
That
became a
seems
cool
fun.
hangout spot. Not too functional, but, you know, you can look out into the ocean. Kind of nice. And now I'm putting in a glass tunnel all the way there. This is kind of dumb, but kind of
gonna
nice
take a
too. I
while.
tried my best to make the entrance of the tunnel look nice, at least a little
Hey,
oceany.
mixing
Kind of
it
looks like one of
up
those
with
ruined things you find naturally in the game. I like
crap.
it down here. In the ship, in the actual... Looks like one of those... I tried my best to make the entrance of the tunnel look nice, at least a little
Infested,
oceany.
I saw
Kinda looks
that.
like one of those
Infested
ruined
stone
things you
worms.
find naturally in the
Dude,
game. I
you're
like it
using
down here. In the ship,
infested.
in the actual tunnel itself, it's all just very pretty. I've been meaning to do
I-
this
I
for a
did- I
while,
did,
but
like,
today I'm squaring out
comprehend
the
that for a second, I was
backyard's
like, what?
wall. The wall's the easy part. The hard part's going to be landscaping and new lights. And as you know, the outside lights are very close to the
Yes,
basement lights, so this
landscaping
was
isn't
pretty
gonna
much a
be
whole
that
day
hard,
thing.
just
I just
do
made the
it.
basement like a block or two lower. I wouldn't have to dig up my land every 5 days. So day 50, I'm just trying to make it all look a little more natural. I love the wall, but you gotta make it look nice. Though honestly, I think by the sea, I want to keep it sheer. I did sandstone, almost looks like a seawall. I like it. And now
That's
I'm adding
stupid.
decoration. This is creative. I can't have an
Sorry,
ugly
no.
wall. I decided to go with
It
this
kinda
design as
looks-
well.
it-
The too
it
high
looks
wall is
kinda
objectively
stupid,
more
you know?
safe, but I
Doesn't
think
look
this
that
looks a little
nice.
prettier, and
Adds
that's
at
what I'm
least
going
some
for in this
sand
video.
there to
Yeah,
make it
I think that looks good, and it's safe, which is
balanced.
really what I care about, even though I'm in creative and can't really die. As you can see, we're getting pretty filled up in the basement, only a few more pods to go. I didn't have a mine. mines, so I decided to build access to one today. Every house needs a mine. However, I forgot I'm on caves and cliffs, so day 52, when I started the mine at Y13, which is normally where you find diamonds, I was in a big cave. Yeah, now I'm realizing that mining's gonna be completely different in the new update, and building mines like I used to just won't work. So I built a new mine, a couple blocks above bedrock. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I went with it anyway. First thing I did was build a 1x1x1 mine. I'll probably never use it, but I've never had one and figured now is a good time. I also built a more traditional mine. Don't know what you want from me, it's just a mine. Day 53, I set aside a room for mine storage. Not enough people do this, but it's super helpful. And then I installed lights, because who wouldn't want to turn off the lights in their mine? That sounds super safe. Then day 54, you might not believe this, but I went into survival mode and actually mined. I had no idea what I would need for storage or what I would generally get when I'm down here mining, so I figured I'd take a day and do it. It's good practice. I even found diamonds, which is a little underwhelming because it's a creative game, but still kind of felt good. I mean, hey, they're diamonds, so it turns out I probably don't need all of this storage, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have multiple chests. Now I'm back in the proper basement, day 55, building another portal, because every basement needs another portal. Looks like I'm gonna have to move my service entrance, though. Honestly, that was kind of a blessing. My service entrance was in a really weird spot, and now it's better, so I can access my redstone more easily. Day 56, I checked out the nether. I spawned in a soul sand biome, which is honestly probably one of the worst ones, but whatever. I didn't want to build a huge nether hub. I mostly just wanted to focus on the overworld in this video, so I just made my portal safe and a little nicer. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Built a wall, put down some slabs, added a lodestone, the basics. Back in the real world, day 57, and decided to test my outside lights. I forgot to test them a few days ago when I installed new ones, and oh, look at that, they're broken. While I was fixing them, I had to move some things because it's hella cluttered down there, but with the better service access and labels, it made it a little easier. Alright, lights are fixed. Can't wait to redo this in 3 more days. But enough working on the bottom of the house, now it's time to work on the top. I did tell you I was gonna mess with the roof again. I want a beacon up here. I'm pretty sure it'll fit. At least I hope it'll fit. To complicate things, I want it to be a quadruple beacon that could be turned on and off. I should be able to make this happen. You know, there was a lot of room in the attic until I added all of these emerald blocks. This is definitely complicated. I could always make a new roof entirely, but I'm trying to avoid that. I want to get this thing to work. Good news is, by day 59, I had a working beacon switch. Now with the flick of a lever, I can turn the beacons on and off. Covering it all up was a bit of a pain, but at the end of the day, I just wanted it to be symmetrical. Yeah, I've definitely got an interesting roof style going on here, but you know, it's got a beacon in it, so you can't really complain. And all that flying around my house had me looking at the outside more. It looks decent, but it needs more love. So now I'm building the front gate. It's gonna have some piston features, shouldn't be too tough. I got the piston section working today, though I still have to make a lock. Can't have creepers wandering into my land. So like I said, now I'm building the lock. All it does is stop these outside pressure plates from working. That didn't take too long, so I also spent some time landscaping. Trimmed out that little pond near my front door. Then I threw hands with this witch. She was on my land. I don't tolerate that. The lawn's still pretty bare compared to the house, and I need to fix that, and I think I'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow came, and I started experimenting with different ways to break up my flat grass lawn. Flowers was an obvious choice. You really can't go wrong with them unless you have a nauseating amount, but I didn't. Then I got myself 2 tall birch trees. I'm right next to that birch forest, so it just makes sense to have them here. I'm really glad I kept this pond. It's been here since day 1, and now it looks really pretty. Like I can't imagine life without it. I had fun. I was landscaping all night, and the last thing I added was a cactus. It looks good. Day 63, I got myself a cat. Luckily, the right one spawned the first try, so I didn't have to use that netherite sword in my inventory. Of course, I named him Binks, and he's gonna hang out by the fire. Hopefully he doesn't get burned. I also decided to build a little secret tunnel in my pond. I love this thing and want to make it better. Well, that was an awful mistake. Day 64, I'm in a faraway desert, clearing it out. I'll tell you why in a second. I want to make some map art, but also don't want to fill up an entire map-sized area with white blocks, so this is a compromise. That only took about a day. The map isn't perfectly smooth, but at least it's all just one color. Day 65, I actually got the art laid out on the ground. This was my first time making any type of map art in Minecraft, so give me a break. In the end, I think it turned out pretty nice. Yeah, my house is nice and all, but it wouldn't be a home without a live, laugh, love sign. Enough wackiness. Day 66, I'm going into the basement. I'm gonna install a second basement. I want my second basement to have a more sneaky vibe, and I'm gonna put the entrance to it underneath the stairs to the first basement. So, of course, you know I had to move stuff, but by this point it's pretty standard. Before I can finish it, I've got to test out a new redstone device called a T-flip-flop. Simply, this is a device that makes a button into a lever, which has tons of uses in tons of different redstone, and today I learned how to make one. And then I installed one for real inside my basement. I'm proud of myself. Yes, I 100% could have just used a lever here, but I like how the button hides in this black stone wall. It gives the basement a much more secret vibe. Anyway, now I'm getting to work on my second secret basement. Should be fun. All I did today was the main room. I went with a basalt and calcite floor that looks pretty good. The textures definitely go. I've got space for 3 rooms down here, and today I'll be installing the first one. I'm building a second bedroom, one where I'd bring Tors if she ever visited me. This is currently the only
Ooh.
room in the entire house with its own lighting circuit, because you gotta have good mood. I also got started on a fireplace behind the bed, but ran out of time. I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna burn down the whole room setting this thing up. That's very important. It's made in a similar way to the one upstairs. There's buttons to light it and extinguish the fire, and this one's got tinted glass, so it looks real nice. Then I did some extra trim work, that sort of thing. Ladies love trim work. Oh yeah, it's inviting. Not too much, the right amount of sexiness. Now I'm working on my next basement project, but I had to find a zombie in the wall first. Would have been tough if I wasn't a god. I beat him to death with a dark oak door. This was personal. Then I found a new way to carve. I can just hack myself haste. I'm building what I'm gonna call the vault, and it's gonna use a ton of obsidian. It's also secret, so I'm not gonna show too much of how this thing works. If you want, you can download the world and try to get in. The link is in the description. I mean, yeah, I guess you could break your way through, but what's the fun in that? This is pretty much all I can show for day 73. The rest is classified. I guess I can show you what you get if you make it through the vault. If you make it past the vault, I made a treasure room in a world where treasure is worthless. It also has a secret entrance out to the sea, which of course I'm not going to show you. I don't care if I'm uncreative, placing a whole double chest full of diamond blocks will always be satisfying. Make sure to download. All this treasure could be yours. It's definitely not a virus. Now that the vault's done, I have space for one more room in my second basement. I'm crafting a self-destruct button because I know you'll want to press it. No, don't worry, I'll press it for you, and it's going to be a tragedy. Of course, it's got to have safety features. I have several mental illnesses. So this is the button that if I press, the house will blow up. I'm going to have several pistons lock up that signal though, so you got to be really sure you want to blow up your own home. The wiring is straight up ugly, but it's underground, so I can deal with it. That didn't take long, so I got to digging. I'm going to place a mountain of TNT in this hole. I mined at night and almost died in my creative video for it. That would have been embarrassing. Day 77, I wanted to make it tougher to get into the self-destruct room. You shouldn't be able to just walk right in. So I tracked a wire of redstone all the way from the self-destruct room to the vault. I say that like it was tough, but it really wasn't hard. I've gotten good with redstone over these days, and yeah, I've been creative. So now if you want to blow up the house, you have to first go to the vault, which is fair. You know, I haven't really been looking forward to filling this hole up with TNT, though. If I made this TNT with my own hands, sure, this would be really fun. One of the most fun blocks to place, but I got these in creative. It didn't feel the same. There was also a lot of it. It was very tedious. If this doesn't blow up my house, I don't know what will. I'm gonna test it all today. I'm glad I did. The system didn't immediately work. I just didn't place the TNT up high enough. I needed one more layer. All right, now it should work, and with this button press, I'll blow up my house. Initial test seems to show that everything is working nominal. I'll see how this goes. All right, well, that's a pretty sizable crater. Definitely destroyed something. It destroyed some stuff. Of course, it messed up the lights. I thought it'd be more in ruin, though. Yep, everything on the outside's 100% fine. Not much of a self-destruct. Well, anyway, now it's time to load my backup that I totally made. That's kind of weird. When I loaded the backup, it was in the same spot as my explode. Wait a minute. There was no backup, so now I have to live with a semi-exploded house. I'm in creative. Hopefully I can rebuild. You know, now I'm kind of glad I built a pretty poor self-destruct feature. I would have to rebuild a lot more. Everything's kind of broken a little bit. Kind of hard to explain, but it shouldn't take too long to fix. I will say it'd be absolutely impossible to fix this stuff in survival mode. There's a giant crater under my house now. Day 81 just doesn't exist. Like everything in about 10 billion years or so. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. Everything in the first basement was pretty much fine. Had to do some work there, but I have to completely rebuild the second basement. I'll say this, wiring was easier with the whole thing cleared out. I was working in a vacuum. I spent most of today working on my second bedroom. You never know when tours might come over. I gotta say, that was the first of many explosions that will happen in this room. I did add a nice window to remind anyone who sleeps here that they're far underground and no one will hear them scream. Now it's time to do the vault. Nothing survived except the shell. It was easier to put together the second time and the open space helped. But really, I'm trying not to show too much here. I'm hoping to kill some of you with this thing. If you mine through it, you're not notable, so you could mine through it, but you'll have to live with yourself. All right, that's done. Now I just gotta put back the self-destruct room. Nah, probably won't build another one. For now, it's just a service entrance. I'll think of something to put here eventually, and you know, I'm kind of digging the crater. Not really digging how my shame will always live with me, but maybe I'll learn how to cope over time. Okay, we going through the house. It's gonna be an inspection day. I checked all the buttons, lights, and levers and found no leaks. Everything's working. I did have to cover up my secret tunnel in the pond. It was completely destroyed. Oh, hey, an axolotl. Hope you enjoyed living. I had a little more time in the day and decided to change up the first floor. I haven't really touched it in a while. First, I tiled up the floor and...
Done. Dislike.
Then went with a little different of a wall color. I put a black rim around the carpet, and now I think it's a little more cozy in here. I kept working on the first floor, day 86. The first floor of a Minecraft house is very important. I just put in stuff that every Minecraft house needs: crafting tables, furnaces, and chests. Little trick though, I want a chest on the first floor to link up to my auto sorter. Would have been real easy to do if I wasn't drowning in wires. Water was involved, so I had to be very careful. One block of that stuff would wreck me. Doing this taught me a lot more about my item sorter. Remember, I looked up these plans on Google, so I think I understood understand it a little bit more. By the end of the day, I had it working. Any items you put in the chest on the first floor get sorted. Sorter chest works great, but I want to put a disposal chest right next to it. I can do this. This game is for children. It's pretty tight, very much unlike your mom. It works, but I used way too many hoppers. It's creative though, so who cares? It took me 87 days to make this house practical. That's creative for you. When I repaired the basement, I didn't restore the disposal chest all the way, and I gotta fix that today. I guess I don't really have to, but I want to. I'm sure I can build it better. Sextuple disposal. It ain't any faster than a triple disposal. I just like saying sextuple. A lot of little things. Day 89, clearing out a honey-do list I wrote for myself.
Agreed.
Some of the walls on the first floor were still gray and not dark gray, because they had redstone on them, but I fixed it today. Yeah, playing around with some paintings, just trying to make it look nice. Oh, that I like. I even took some time to put some other redstone on concrete that wasn't. It just makes it easier in the future. All right, it's day 90. Time's ticking. Better pick what I do carefully. I had to move a wall for this window and only broke a couple of things. I also made a really nice bow and put it right next to the bed. You gotta stay ready. Oh, and you gotta have a fountain. All nice houses have fountains. I used copper and tried my best to make it look artsy. It looks pretty good, but because I'm crazy, I'm not done yet. I'm making a wishing fountain with redstone, completely unnecessary. Throw that useless wish in the fountain and another item pops out. I want fireworks to launch out of the fountain when you put something in, so I spent all of day 92 making some. And then I made myself some real expensive creeper twinkle trails. I didn't have any fun. It was stupid. This is the type of thing I wanted from this video. Useless builds that only waste time, but that were made with love. I just realized there's no food production in my whole house, though. Maybe I shouldn't waste time on useless things. I think I'm just gonna do a different mine entrance. This one gets axolotls in it. I cleared out a hole, wired up some lights. I'm getting pretty used to it. This won't be a huge farm, but it will be efficient and kind of gorgeous. All that gray in the basement needs some color. It's less of a farm and more of a seed bank, but that's really all you need. Oh, I got all the major crops, even that sweet berry bush. Yes, bush. At the back, I've got a speed farm, so you can make anything whenever you want. Really, it didn't take long. Most of the care today went towards landscaping. I really love the look of the farm when I come down the basement steps. It's a great addition. But I moved the mine to do it, so now I've got to work on that. The new mine access is going to be in the second basement where the self-destruct system used to be. Yeah, it's a little more inconvenient this way, but I'm going to make it more convenient. Here's the challenge. I want access to my sorter from the mine. It really shouldn't be that bad. I already built this sorter, just have to get items there. I'm going to use a simple bubble elevator. Should work fine. Hooking up required some diverting, but it's been easier since I've been using concrete. I used a lot of hoppers. I think that's pretty much the key to making anything work. I'm changing up the storage a bit. Day 96 wanted some auto smelters, even though I never smelt anything. I was already in here for the other thing. Figured I'd make this a little more usable. Day 97, I noticed a few lights at the back of the property were broken. As a Minecraft electrician, fixing them didn't take long, and now I'm inspired. I could use a horse and a nice place to put it, so I built a stable. All right, time to make one. Grabbed a horse egg and a netherite sword in case I don't get the right one. I've decided to show this clip because I know it'll make the horse people mad. I only had to kill the one, and then I got a horse that looked like Warthog. He's pretty much identical to Warthog 2. Good solid horse. Home is where the horse is. More carving. Day 98, building something I probably should have built a really long time ago. It's a redstone testing room, and the lights are hooked up to the basement circuit, so it doubles as a monster spawner. I never got a chance to use this thing in my builds. It's new, and you can understand my hesitancy. It has tentacles. I'll probably never get a chance to use it anyway, because this update's never coming out. Day 99. It's almost over, and I know just what to build. Oh no, this time not in the house, in the mesa next to the house. I'm building a monument to me out of terracotta. It'll look magnificent. I'm not the best pixel artist, but I can make a head. Honestly, that's not too bad. I'm gonna pray to this thing daily. It blends in pretty nice with that plateau and definitely isn't creepy at all. 0%. But here we are, day 100. I pretty much just walked around and marveled in my own creativity. By the end of this video, I wanted to build something that I was proud of, and honestly, I can say that I am. I taught myself a lot of new tricks that I'll definitely use in upcoming Minecraft.
This is the final thoughts, final things. Luke Noble at the very beginning made poor decisions with his building, but eventually came really far. I mean, the last part of the video is mostly just me looking at his redstone, because he didn't do much building at the end, but throughout the entire thing, he grew a lot. Redstone, I didn't understand much, but it looked like it did good, and so I'm proud. Good job, Luke Noble. Is this gonna become a series rating other much bigger YouTubers' buildings? Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 6. It took him a while to actually grow and learn, but he grew eventually and did really well. This has been Snuck and Word. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. I'm sick.